Inside this video topic, we'll discuss a very interesting concept, and that is how to create a MySQL stored procedure using MySQL CLI. CLI stands for Command Line Interface Tool. Yes, friends, already we have two ideas to create a stored procedure, either by using create procedure command or by using phpMyAdmin tool. Now, in this video, we'll discuss our third concept to create a stored procedure, and that is by using MySQL CLI. If I go back to browser, so inside last two videos, we have seen that how to create a stored procedure inside a MySQL database by using two methods. Now in this case, we'll use some commands and by the help of our CLI command line interface tool, how to interact with our database, how to create a stored procedure. This interesting topic we'll discuss inside this complete video. Next after this, to create a MySQL stored procedure using CLI, first thing first, we have the full access over MySQL CLI access. Now here, as you can see that I'm using Windows operating system, so to get access, I have to open command prompt. But if suppose in your case, if you are using Ubuntu operating system, simply you have to open called terminal. So here, I'm opening command prompt. Now also before getting the access of MySQL CLI, also we have to verify that MySQL must be installed. So to verify, simply I have to type call MySQL. If I hit enter, and now you can see that this is not recognized as an internal or external command. Now the question is how to go and enable this MySQL so that I can go and log in and create our first stored procedure. So what we can do inside this Windows operating system, I using this XAMPP server. So inside this XAMPP server, here we have a button called Explorer. Simply click on it. So once we click, it will go into the working directory or the folder structure of XAMPP. And here, after that, I have to go inside this MySQL. Then I have to go inside this bin folder and simply I have to copy this complete folder path. So click here. Now successfully after copy, let's go into our my computer so that the path what we have copied set as an environment variable. So here I'll go into my PC, this PC, click on properties, then I'll go and click on this advanced system settings, click on environment variables, and here inside this system variables right here, click on path, click on edit here, then I will go click on this new button and here inside this input box just paste that path, and now this is the bin folder of MySQL and this is the complete folder complete path of XAMPP server. So simply let's click on OK, OK and OK. So what next? Simply here is the terminal. Right now MySQL is not recognized. Let's close and open one more time, and this time if I type MySQL hit, and now this time the error message has been changed. It means that successfully now the MySQL command is enabled and we are ready to use into to get access over MySQL CLI. Now next after this, simply we have to log in into MySQL console. Once we will be logged in, then we have to select our current database where we want to create our stored procedure. So to log in into MySQL console, the command is very simple. It's MySQL -u, which is a flag for username. So after -u, put the username. So in my case, the username of phpMyAdmin is root. Then after that, we have to put one more flag, that is -p, and it's a flag for password. So in this case, we have two options to pass password. If I want to pass the password value directly here inside this connection string, so let's assume I have the password of phpMyAdmin is password. So after -p, here the password. But let's say that I don't want the password value here. So simply after -p, if I hit enter, and now you can see that it is asking a prompt for password value. So in my case, the password is blank. So simply if I hit enter without passing any value, and now you can see that successfully I'm logged in into MySQL console. So now after getting console access, let's try our first command. So simply if I go into our phpMyAdmin, click on this localhost and click on this database, and now you can see that currently in my system these are the databases. So for example, I want to list all these databases right here inside this console. So what is the command? So simply so databases, put a semicolon, hit enter, and now you can see that it has listed all the database what is currently available into my local system. Now in this case, as you can see that I'm using test underscore db to create a stored procedure. So this database should be selected so that we can create our stored procedure. So inside this database list, how to select this test underscore db? So it's very simple again. Simply let's say use right here, use after use the database name called test underscore db, put a semicolon, hit enter, and now you can see that database changed. Now, once we go into this database, we can see test underscore db. Simply, we have to go and use again create processor command to create our stored processor. But one more thing before creating our first stored processor from the CLI, now let's execute our first command and see that how basically it works. So, for example, let's say that I want to select a user's data. For example, I want to select this user ID too. So what is the command we have to type inside CLI to get this record? So let me tell you that we have to type the same command what basically we execute from the SQL tab. So let's go inside CLI. So for example, I want to select the user ID to the complete details. So here the database we are using called dash underscore db. So inside this current database, let's say select asterisk, it means all from the table name. So the table name we have called users where id equals to 2 semicolon. Now we can see that this is a complete declarative statement which basically selects the complete row where user id equals to 2. So once we type this command, hit enter, and now we can see that this is the user informations on the base of this id. So it means we have to write the same piece of code to create a stored processor. Let's go into our VS Code, and here to create a stored processor, as we know that we have to put delimiter. So for example, I want to use delimiter, for example, this dollar. Now here, create processor, then the processor name. So for example, I want to get, let's say, list all users. So simply let's say list all users, this is our processor name. Then we have to go put begin keyword and keyword dollar and then delimiter, so semicolon, and after this we have to go inside this begin and simply let's say select all from the table name we have called users. So this is the complete stored processor what basically we have to create to list all users from CLI. Now here if I go into terminal or CLI. So what we can do, as we know that declarative statements always ends with semicolon, but we have to tell the CLI that okay, actually we are creating a stored processor. So first thing first, also before typing anything, we have to change the delimiter because by default delimiter inside MySQL is semicolon. So how to change? Simply we have a keyword called delimiter. So here delimiter put dollar, it means I am changing semicolon to dollar, hit enter. Now delimiter has been changed. So simply create processor, let's say list all users is the processor name, list all users, parenthesis, hit enter. Then we have to type the begin keyword, hit enter. Then we have to type our logical body. So select all from the table name called users semicolon. As we know that this time semicolon will not work as a declarative statement because we have changed the delimiter sign. Now let's hit enter, and finally the AND keyword. So once we type the AND keyword, also we have to bind with this delimiter. So we have used dollar. So after AND keyword dollar, hit enter. Now successfully we can see that query OK, 0 rows affected. So it means our stored processor now created. So to confirm, if I go into our database, let's go and click on routines, and now we can see that list all users. Now if we want to call this list all users stored processor using this CLI, simply we have to first change our delimiter. So how to change? Simply delimiter, and we want again the semicolon. So after this keyword put semicolon, hit enter. Again delimiter has been changed, and if I want to call this, simply call a statement and list all users. So here, list all users, put semicolon, hit enter, and now we can see that successfully by calling this stored procedure what we have created, now we have listed all the students, all the users now inside the CLI. So successful. Now this is our third way that by the help of that how to create a stored procedure into our database. So successfully now we have completed one more interesting topic inside this MySQL stored procedure course, and that is how to create a stored procedure using CLI. Now, in the next video, again we will discuss a very interesting concept, and that is what is a parameter, what are the different types of mode inside a stored procedure. So, in this video, I hope that this video was too much interesting and very informative. So, please give us a thumbs up, like this video, subscribe to this channel. Now, let's meet to our next amazing video. So, for this video session, guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.